Hi everyone, it's Neil from Neil's Reef Aquarium. Hope you're all having a good week. Right, I just want to start by saying thank you to all my new subscribers. I know it's been a few weeks since I last posted a video, and yeah, we've pretty much doubled in subscribers, so that's fantastic. So any new people watching the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down, but I really appreciate it for watching. So let's start. So it's been a few weeks obviously since the jawfish jumped out, and yeah, didn't really have much to update last couple of weeks, so I haven't really put anything on there, but we're going to give an update today of the tank itself, and we're going to go in the sump, show you what's how the sumps and the refugium's getting on. There are some new additions to the sump which I'm going to come on to, and yeah, we'll do a little feed of we'll feed the fish as well. So what we're going to do is we'll start just by giving an update on the corals. Now I am using the D&D lens at the moment, because if I was to just take this off, you'll see it's very blue. The blues have just come on, so though it does look good, you can't see the colours pop on the corals. So if I just put this lens back on, hang on a second, there you go, there's that. Right, let's do that. There we are. Cool. So right, so we look at the mushrooms there. Yeah, we got 4 heads on the green one, and that's eventually it's just gonna keep growing and growing, so we'll have to cut that back at some point. My Zoa garden is looking really cool. I mean, look at those colours popping there. It's they're all they're starting to encrust onto the rock now, which is what I wanted. And they're looking really good. The Royal Grammar there, just doing a little photo bomb. But and the bicolour Blenny as well wants to get in on the action. That's cool. We welcome it. So I'm just going to come to the side here. And if you have a look there, you can see my rasters and my I don't know what the other ones are, but they're at the back, and the rasters are actually my favourite. These ones, these colourful ones here, and I'm thinking of moving them to the front, because you can't really see them from this angle, because the candy apples take all the views from it. So yeah, they're all looking before, like I said before, that one there, that big one that you can see just, where's my finger on my camera here, this one, that started as 1 head, and without counting, I'd say there's about 10-15 there now, so really happy with that. Now we've got the A-can. That's looking nice and fluffy, which is good. I do my regular feeding every Sunday with the reef roids for all of them. So Flavia, yeah, don't know, it's probably in the wrong place. I haven't really seen much growth in that one. The hammer coral there, if we have a look there, it is getting bigger. It's taking its time, but it's certainly growing. Now the Montipora is there, we're getting a lot of growth on that one. It's starting to really curl up, and it's gone white on the ends, so that is eventually will have to be moved somewhere else, because they do go massive. So I might have to go to my little SPS section, which what I'm planning to do with that. GSP, green star polyps, as you can see, that's really starting to grow now, and it's starting to encrust all over. It will eventually encrust all over that rock, but you have to put it on a lone rock, because whatever you put it on, it will eventually just take over the lot. So yeah, so really love GSP and always wanted some. Let's have a look at this. So we've got the I forget which name this torch is, but it's growing really well. One thing I have noticed on it, if you see there's a little bit of bubble algae, so I may look to pull that up and just take that off, because you don't want that in the tank. My other torch there is looking good. Let's just see if we take the, no, you can't really see them very well. I'm going to put that back on, I think. So yeah, that one's been there pretty much from the beginning, since I had the corals, and it seems to be getting bigger, so that's good. Update on the fishes. Let's have a look. So I don't know if you can see in there, you got the goby, the one that I said I didn't like. I don't know why I said that. I was just a bit upset for the jawfish. But yeah, Gobezilla's doing okay, as I've named him. Doesn't really come out much. He hasn't really paired with the pistol shrimp. Yeah, he comes out for feeding, so he's eating, but yeah, pretty much just stays in that rock, and haven't seen any pairing as yet. Now, my sea urchin, unfortunately, isn't looking too good for wear. I've noticed a lot of the little spines have disappeared. I'm fearing the worst for it. I think he could be on his way out. Or was my little mandarin there, clearing up the copepods and my Bengai card and all that. But yeah, with the sea urchin, it hasn't been looking well recently, so I'm really not sure what the situation is with that. But he's still moving. He's moving around the tank, but he's not looking. See if we take the angle. No, you can't see it with that one on. He's not looking that good at the moment, so we'll keep a close eye on him. I don't think it's anything to do with food. I think there's enough algae and things as well. So I'm not really sure what's happening with him, but we'll keep a close eye on him. The starfish seems to be thriving wherever the starfish is. I can't see it at the moment. So yeah, so far, really happy with how things are going. All the parameters are on point at the moment. I am going to be moving to all for Reef, so all the dosing, like your alkalinity, your calcium, your magnesium, and your trace elements, I'm doing all dosing them separately at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing that as one, so it's all going to be one dose of all for Reef, which I'll do a video on when I change over to that. So let's have a little look at the sump. So bear with me, and then I'll take this filter off, and then we'll go into the sump. Right, so if you remember from my previous video, when I set up the Refugium, it was a tiny little ball of Chaeto that we put in there, and as you can see now, it is completely overgrown the sump. So yeah, it is really doing well. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, it's getting massive. Now, one thing I was going to say, when I mentioned about new additions, oh, bear with me 2 seconds. So I don't know what happened there. So yeah, the Refugium is looking really good. So the only problem I have got is I've got aptasia, like, really badly in this Refugium at the moment. So it's yeah, it's not good. It's all in this chamber here. All in now. I keep seeing it. It's in the skimmer. I mean, I don't know if you can even see it. If you look right in the corner where that temperature probe is, you can probably see it all there. I have cleaned the skimmer out a few times to clean it off, but it just keeps coming back. So I always knew I was going to get aptasia because I've got it in the display tank. So even though I bought the clean Chaeto, that was just to stop all the other nasties that come with it. So basically what I done on the other week, when I was at Reef Dreams on Saturday, I bought a couple of peppermint shrimps. Now, peppermint shrimps, basically, they are known for eating aptasia. And if anyone doesn't know what aptasia is, it's basically a pest anemone. So, anemone. So yeah, it's they're designed, there's a chance they'll eat them. It's not 100% guaranteed, but my thinking behind this was to get them in the sump here, not necessarily feed them any. I'm sure they'll get the food from the display that'll come through, but not actually actively feed them. So if they are looking for food, then there's a lot of aptasia. So that's the plan, and it seems to be working. I keep looking at bits that were there, now they're not there, so I think they are working. However, somehow, if you, I don't know if we're going to better see this here, they're not actually in there now. They've actually moved to the where the GFO chamber is, and they tend to hide. I don't know if we can see it. If you can see there, you see any move? You see the movement just under there? They actually hide under there, so they have actually. Oh, you can see an Aptasia there. So I've put a couple of them in there. We're going to see how it goes. Obviously, if I think they're in any trouble or they're starving, or obviously, or anything like that, I might put a few pellets in there now and again. But I don't want them. I've got five of them in the display tank. And the problem that you've got is because I'm feeding twice a day with Mysis Shrimp, as you'll see in a minute, they're eating that and they're not really eating Aptasia. And I'm just literally I'm using Aptasia X at the moment, and I'm just constantly fighting a never-ending battle with it. There's the starfish I use right in the top corner there. So yeah, so I thought I'd give that a go. I did speak to my guy at Sean at the LFS store. And just to check, you know, is this okay? It's not cruel or anything. Are they going to be all right? And he said absolutely fine. You could put your urchin in there if you wanted as well, which is another option. So maybe if he is not looking too good, to maybe put him in the sump. There's plenty, as you can see, there's plenty of algae for him in there. So that might even be an option as well that I might look at. If he is starving, but I just don't know. I'm just not convinced he is. I think with urchins it could be anything silly from, like, you know, your salinity levels or your parameters. Even though they are on point, if there's any certain little swings, they are very temperamental. So, but if I think it is starvation, I will put him in there, and there's plenty of stuff for him to eat in there. So yeah. Apart from that, everything's working well. Obviously we had that heat wave last week, so I had to buy a fan to put over it to keep this cool, because this was going up to 26. Usually stays at around 24.8 to 25. So yeah, obviously we're coming back to the tank now. Yeah, really happy with things at the moment. So obviously we've had a bad few weeks. If you look on the previous videos, it wasn't great. So we move on from that. I mean, anybody that's in reef keeping knows you get your good times and you get your crap times. So yeah, and I've certainly had my crap time with the jumpers. Am I going to replace the jawfish? I say no now, but it's still my favourite fish. So what I'm going to do now is just feed them. I don't think I've ever done a feeding, but I think we've done live brine shrimp. So this is basically Mysis Shrimp and the vegetarian TMC Gamma Blister Cube. So the vegetarian one's for the tang, and straight away as they see the cup, they know they're going to get fed. And Mysis Shrimp, I only ever use Mysis Shrimp with garlic, because it just protects the fish a bit more from parasites and things. It just helps their immune system. So yeah, so let's pour it in. See, obviously excuse the blues. I'm not going to put the thing on. You can see, see the goby there come out for it. That's good that he's eating, but I'd like to see more of him, and I'd like to see him pair with the shrimp, whether that's going to happen. The bicolour blenny there just eats his, and he'll just go back to his little rock. The yellow tang's there, and the yellow tang's not actually eating the mysis. He's actually picking out the vegetable cube parts. The clowns are at the back there eating theirs. They're good eaters as well. All the fish in the tank are really good eaters as well, which is really good. You can see there, if you've got the cleaner shrimps there grabbing their bits. The goby's in there, he's picking off his bits, as you can see there. So they're all eating well. I did up the feeding. Since I bought the goby, I've upped the feeding from half a cube in the morning to half a cube at night, to pretty much a cube in the morning and a cube at night, and I always put half a... Sorry about that, my phone rang, so it cut off the video. So it does happen. That's the trouble when you're filming on an iPhone. You're going to get disturbed. But yeah, you got the crabs. Is that the little manda in there? He looks like he's eating some frozen for the first time. Now that's an exclusive, that one. I've been buying 10 packs of copia pods a week to keep that little one fed. So you got all the crabs they're eating as well. There's numerous crabs, hermits and things throughout the tank. But yeah, really happy with the tank at the moment. It's doing well. Like I said, we've had our ups and downs, as you do. regards to additions, we're going to get some more corals. I want to wait until I can go into Reef Dreams and have a little nosy, but I've got some vouchers from Father's Day, and not sure what we're going to get. Might get another Zoearth for the front there, or we might start to look at the SPS, but I think I'm going to wait till the doses all set up for that one. Still dosing the no-pox every day, 4 mils. My phosphates are at 0.8, 0.08. So, you know, they are high, but the tank seems to do all right. Nitrate's always around 15. I don't seem to be getting it lower, even with the Refugium doing as well as it is and thriving. You know, my nitrates can never seem to get them down. So I'm going to keep running the no-pox. But the idea behind it, if we can go down, I suppose, the natural route, saying the Refugium will soak up, you know, the nutrients like the nitrates and the phosphates eventually. That is obviously the way we want to go. We don't want to be adding chemicals to the tank each day, but I need to keep it down. So yeah, couldn't be any happier at the moment. Yeah, that's really it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. We've done the Refugium, done the peppermint shrimp. That's it really. The tang, obviously, I can't remember if I mentioned in the last video, but the tang started to eat this stuff again now, which is it's like the seaweed. But he eats this one, but I ran out of this one, so I went to get this one, and he hates it. So this one's like a wetter one. This one's dry. This one seems more moist, and it's got more of a smell to it, but yeah, it doesn't like it for some reason. So yeah. It is what it is. I'll get him some more of the other stuff. He would have to pick the expensive stuff. But, yeah. You can tell it's one of my missus's fish. It's got the expensive taste. We got the goby out there. There's Gobezilla. We like Gobezilla now. There we go. Look at him. Yeah, he's becoming one of my favourites again. So, obviously I was gutted with the Watchman goby. He was my favourite. And let's not even start on the jawfish. But yeah, so that's really it today. So I've rambled on, but thanks to all my new subscribers. Really appreciate it. I think we're 2 away from 70. So if you're watching this video and you haven't hit that subscribe. We've got lots of content coming up. We're going to be adding corals shortly, soon. We'll be doing videos on that, and you know, this tank's going to evolve over the years, and I want you to follow me on my journey. Really, we'll be upgrading equipment, lights. Will we upgrade the tank? Maybe one day. You know, I'm never going to say never. If we move house and I've got room for a bigger tank, you know, yeah, why not? Will I get additional tanks? Probably not. You know, I'm not really, I'll stick to this one tank. I love it. But yeah, so far it's good to have a positive video for a change, isn't it? Because we've had so many crap ones. I've added a fish, it's jumped. I've added another one, it's jumped. I've added another one, it's jumped. You know, it was actually becoming you know, there's a lot of people that are messaging me saying, you know, they're cracking up on it. You know, yeah, when you look back on it now, it's a bit funny, but obviously you losing fish is never, obviously, it's not good, but it was funny in respect to, you know, my luck, just the luck I was having with it. So, yeah. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you to my new subscribers. And, yeah, we'll speak soon. Take care, bye.